Hi everyone, Nigel Saunders here. Welcome to part 5 of making my dragon bonsai pot. I didn't get much time to work on the pot today, so it's kind of getting late in the afternoon when I'm starting on it. But you know, better late than never, and I'll continue this video into tomorrow, where I'm hoping to basically get the pot done. If I get an early start in the morning, Sunday morning, I can work the whole day working on the pot. Whoa, is it ever nice and humid in there? So you can see when I leave the clay overnight, it rehydrates everything. So you can see the ears, you know, they were drying out last time I worked on it and they're rehydrated. They're the dark clay color. Yeah, so let me just inspect it for cracks. I don't think I'll get any, but it's always worth looking. No, I don't see anything. I'm just looking on the inside now. No, all looks good. Well, that's exciting. Tomorrow is Father's Day, and Julian got me a gift. He got me a Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler. So it's pretty cool. Metal model kit. So I'm going to use this in a jungle type penjing with prehistoric looking plants, ferns, and it's going to be really cool. I've always wanted to make like a Jurassic Park type planting, bonsai planting. This will be the perfect thing to start it off. Much of the work is done on the dragon pot, the rough shaping and everything. So now it's all just detailing. So I've just got a little bit of carving to do here, just to smooth out this bump in the tail. So the cello concert last night was really good. There's some Bach and some original compositions done with a looper. And the artist was Ben Bolt Martin, who used to teach my kids strings orchestra. He's a very, very good musician and composer and conductor. I'm trying to get all these contours really nice before I add the scales, because once the scales are put in, you can't really do this work anymore. It's what it is. So I'm getting all the taper nice, the contours nice. Now you can see the clay is starting to dry out a bit here, so I'm going to spray it a bit. And the sun's kind of gone away from the greenhouse, so I've got a bit of shade now to work in, which is nice. It was quite a sunny day today, and it was pretty intense, even though it's cool outside, but it's sure heats the greenhouse up, so it's probably best I'm working on this in the evening. That sound you hear out there is the little duck. Trying to show you the little duck. Remember the little duck that followed Laura around? Let's go have a look at it. So the duck is in the greenhouse here, so if I open the door, we should... Hello! Hello! There he is, hello! What a fine looking fellow, or girl. Look at your beak, it's full of mud. What were you doing? Hey, were you playing in the mud? My goodness, so you can see, oh. Come here, he's kind of shy. Come here, little ducky. Come here, come on, ducky, come on, peeper. Come on, peepers. Come on, peepers. Hello, come here, come on. Anyway, he's quite large now. they grow so fast. Hello, hi. So there he is compared to my hand. Hello. That tickles. That tickles. Yeah, it tickles. Hello. Hey. You're a cute one. You're a cute one. All right, we'll see you later. That is the baby duck update. While we're outside here, I'll show you an update to my giant sequoia forest. So here it is here. You can see all the good growth on it. It's really looking good. So I'll need to pinch some of these tips. I just pruned this one here, and the two side shoots just grew really quickly. Where I pinched some of these lower branches, it created a lot of new branches in that area. Not a lot of branching off the older branches I pinched. But some of them there is. Like, here's a branch that's being pruned, and it's got some good extensions on it. This one's quite good. So I think it's just a matter of always trying to redirect that top vigor of the trees down to your lower branches. Just redirecting that cone of vigor, taking vigor out of the top and encouraging the bottoms to grow. So anyway, so far, I'm keeping them fairly miniaturized. Once I prune the top off this one, I'll replace this leader with maybe one further down below. Trying to keep these trees to, a certain size, smaller. As small as I can keep them. I'm sure they're going to grow, a little bigger each year, but I'm going to try and get that mature look in the sequoias without having a giant meter-long tree. All right, it's back to work on the dragon. So these little fins at the back have become a little harder now, so I can start to do a little more detail work on them. They were a bit wet and floppy before. Now they've toughened up and I can carve them away a little better. What I'm mainly working on tonight is these transition areas where the tail is attached to the body here, in here, contouring all this nicely. What else did I do? Fixing all these fins up. So that's mainly what I've been working on, is just kind of getting it ready to add all the scales here. So once all this contour is done, then I can add the scales. And I'm going to do that tomorrow. I don't want to do it tonight. There's not the real good light tonight. It's kind of getting not dark out, but darker. You can see the sun up in the sky. It's just behind the tree there. So it's still, lots of hours of daylight, but definitely in the greenhouse here, it's in the shade now. And, I want to save all that meticulous work for tomorrow. It is the next day now. I've been working on the dragon all morning for about maybe 4 hours. I'll show you the progress. So here is a look. I'll take the plastic off. So I've been working on the underbelly scales. So the ones under here, if you can see those. So I'll rotate it around. So I've done all the ones underneath this tail, the ones in here, coming around, the ones under here, and all the way around back to the front, somewhere the front will be here. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. I'm pretty close to putting the scales on the entire dragon, at least on this side. Kind of continuing the scales along. Yeah, so it was a lot of work getting all these shapes nice, getting all the scales done. A lot of fun work though, I really enjoyed it. It was a very peaceful morning, peaceful Sunday morning, and I just worked away. So I will continue. All right, I think I'm ready to add some more scales. Now, because the sun's shining on the model here and it's very warm in the greenhouse here, the clay's drying out really fast, so I'm going to have to spray it, soften the clay up for the scales. Because I don't want the scales breaking off as I make them. So I've got my medium tool here. And I'll see how it goes. Oh, it's not too bad. I'll be heading to Isabella's tomorrow to work on the base. So that'll be exciting, getting it looking more like a bonsai pot. Okay. That's it for the fine one. Now I'm going to come in with the larger one and do the scales here. Okay, that completes those two rows. Now I've got to add a third row here. Okay, and then there's just a few more I can add in to fill in some of the spaces. Can't get in there. I think that'll have to be it. That'll have to be it. Yeah, so there's a lot of scales added right back to here. And it looks good. I like it. So next I'll do this tail section going back here. So again, I'll start with my small tool doing the top row. I'm quite sure in the tail section here I won't be able to use that medium-sized tool. I'll have to just come in with the small tool here and finish the second row. Now, how am I going to end this? I think I'll just sort of fade it out. Switch to the medium tool here. Sort of fade it out like that. Okay, there's my fine top layer on. So now I'll come in with the medium tool and just add some more rows of scales. Now I'm going to switch to back to the small tool to finish off this tail. And I'll just, again, fade it away into the tail here. Something like that. So there's another row done. Up here I've got room for like a third row. I'll do the medium-sized tool to about here and then the small tool. So here I go with row number 3. I'm going to switch back to the smaller tool. Like that. And then I've got room for another row down here, and it'll have to be the small tool. Something like that. So there. That completes the scales on this side of the dragon. Ah, it looks nice. I like it. Really brings it all together. Cool. Okay, so next I've got to do the scales on this side. And I'll have to do the inside top part here. I'll just leave the inside of the pot smooth. I won't do scales on the inside. So I've got to make sure I'm happy with this contour here first. I think I've got to do a little more carving in this area. I'm in the shade once again, so I'm working on the rear foot now, kind of styling it after the front foot, but just a little bit thicker because it's at the rear. It's a little heavier duty foot. Yeah, and once that's done, I think I'm ready to do the scales around this side of the dragon. good progress on the dragon pot today. I'm getting that back foot sculpted in, fixing up lots of stuff. This side is getting quite near completion. Lots of scales. Yeah, I think it's very interesting. So I'm getting this side ready to put the scales on. So I've got a little more work, and that will, then I gotta fix up the other side of the head here. Just sculpt it. Yeah, so there's some more work to go. I'll be heading to Isabella's tomorrow, so I'm going to try and get the base on underneath the pot. It'll jut out, include the feet, and maybe even the head. I'm not sure about a support under the head yet. I'll have to decide what I want to do there. I just have this temporary support in here now. Yeah, I may place something there. I'm not sure. But anyway, so that's the progress for today. I'm very happy. I got a big chunk of time to work on it, which was really nice on Father's Day. It's beginning to get dark out, so that will be all for today. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me in the Bonsai Zone.